Hey crafters, Stacy here. Welcome back to my channel, CraftyDivaUSA. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a fun, interactive spinning card using the Gears and Textures bundle from Stampin' Up. Love this set. So we are still playing with that. And we're going to create our own custom background using Melon Mambo, Fresh Freesia, and basic gray inks. I'll show you how to do first and second generation stamping to build lots of texture without making the background feel too busy. And of course, the star of the card is going to be that large gear because it's actually going to spin. So I also have a free instant tutorial linked for you in the description below that includes card images, cutting measurements, and directions. So you don't have to worry about writing anything down right now. Just sit back, watch, pull up that tutorial, print it out, and then go back and create the cards using whatever colors you want, because I'm going to show you what inspired me to create this card. So this is a really fun project, and if you're new to interactive cards and techniques, the one I'm showing you here today is easy enough to recreate with supplies you may already have in your craft room. So sit back, let's watch, grab the free directions, and then just craft and have fun. But first, I did a card class a few months ago. Let me just zoom out a little bit with the gears and textures. So this is the dies that you get with the bundle, and this is the stamp set. And I absolutely love it. And there's no sentiments, which is great. And I instantly thought manly with this, right? So I made a whole bunch of cards. You can go back in my YouTube library, and you'll find a whole card class. And then several weeks, I did lots of cards using this. It was around Father's Day, and this one I made. And look at this, that spinning wheel, and this one also spins. This is what inspired me, but this is a manly card. I like this, and I'm actually giving it to a male this weekend. So I thought, you know what? I love this design, but I want to make it in like a pop of color for a female. So that's what we're going to do today. And I got a little bit of glue on my rotating bearing, which is okay, but it just doesn't rotate as free as that one. And this one I didn't rotate. I just double dimensioned that one. But I replaced the gear. It's hard to see with the light, but if you see here, this little gear in black, I cut that out with silver glitter paper. I have some gems instead of these elements right here. And when I cut out this little gear, that little inside piece, if you could save it, I saved, and I put that in the middle there. And so we're going to recreate that in a female version today. And I also went ahead and kind of repeated the pattern on my envelope flap. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, you might see this sentiment and think, where's that from? Well, search your stash because it's item number 165383, and you may have this. It's called Pattern of Friendship. I used happy birthday for the inside and thanks for being the best on the front. And I absolutely love this font. So that's our card we're going to make today. If you have this in your stash, pull it out. If you're going to recreate everything exactly the same, otherwise, you may not even have gears and textures, and that's okay. Pull out some stamps, a stamp set that has multiple different stamps to create a random background, and then a few dies, and just recreate this using a bundle you have in your stamp set. But I'm going to use gears and textures today. All right, so let's get started. Let me pull this aside. Now, I already have my pieces all pre-cut and ready to go. And I also went ahead and did all my die cutting. So like I mentioned, there's a free tutorial linked in the description for you that includes all the exact sizes you need for the die cut pieces. So you don't have to worry about writing anything down. For the card base, I'm using basic black, and that's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4.25. For the front of the card, I'm using a basic white panel, and this is cut at 4 by 5.25. For the inside Melon Mambo layer, that is cut at 4 by 5.25, and another basic white layer for the inside is 3.75 by 5. For the sentiment, I have a basic white cut at 1 by 2.5, and my basic black mat. That's 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my stamping pieces. I need these 3 layers right here. I'm going to put these 2 off to the side, these 3 actually. And like I said, I already went ahead and die cut all my gears, my chain, my ladder, and all the accent pieces, and all those cutting details are in the tutorial link below. So now that I have everything prepped, I'm going to move this and my envelope. So I need that to do the stamping. So I'm going to move all my pieces. So we're going to do all of our stamping first. We're going to create that custom background. Like I said, for inks, you're going to need Melon Mambo, Fresh Freesia, and basic gray. And then we'll do the background, we'll stamp the front in those sentiments, and then we'll do the inside. And again, I have everything on my blocks and ready to go. So I don't know what this is called, but it's some magic mat that I found on Amazon. And it doesn't stick great to this background, but over here to my right, I have my glass mat, and I don't craft on top of it because of my lights above. It gives, as you can see, I get a halo with certain things. So anyway, it sticks perfect to my glass mat, but it's sticky. It sticks to my surface, but not so great here. And then you pull this backing off. Okay, and then this will hold your paper so that you can do your ink blending, stamping, whatever you need to do. But like I said, on my glass mat, it sticks perfect, but on my desktop here, it doesn't stick. Okay, so the inside, let's just get the inside over with. Okay, so like I said, look, my paper's stuck down now. It's not going anywhere. So I need a piece of scrap paper next to me. And I'm going to need this stamp right here. And I'm going to use my Fresh Freesia. So one side of the card is going to have a Fresh Freesia, one side's going to have a Melon Mambo, and these two are in second generation. Then we're going to do that splatter in second generation basic gray, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment in that Melon Mambo. So how do you do second generation stamping? What does that mean? So that means exactly what it sounds like, second generation. So I am inking up my stamp in my block here, on my block in my ink pad, and I'm going to stamp once on my scrap, that's first generation, and I'm going to stamp the second image on my paper, and that gives you a lighter shade. See, this is clean. You just clean this off with a baby wipe, but my Melon Mambo stained it. Oh, go figure. Okay, so I have my stamping scrub off to the side here, and I just need to clean that really quick. And now I'm going to switch to the Melon Mambo, and I'm going to repeat that exact process. I'm going to stamp one time, and then 2 times, just like that. Since I have my Melon Mambo out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my happy birthday sentiment. Now I'm just going to do this in first generation. Try not to get my head in the way, but I don't want to be crooked. Nice impression. I love that bubbly font. Okay, so I am done with this. I am going to peel this now off. Oh, no, I'm not. I lied. We have to do a little bit more stamping. So now I'm going to bring in my basic gray, and I have loaded up that splatter type. Let me show you the stamp. It's this stamp. I absolutely love it. It's a great splatter. And you know me, I love to splatter. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. And we're going to do second generation this because it's pretty dark, right? And just kind of go right over your circle. No right or wrong. If you want to do a little bit more, maybe in the middle, do that. Cool, right? Okay, so now our inside piece is done. So I'm just going to peel this off. This mat is great. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that over to the side. Now I'm going to let's just get this sentiment out of the way. So this is my front, and I'm using that thanks for being the best. And we're just going to kind of center that. I'm going to use Memento Black for this one. Put that. And you can stamp on this mat also. It gives you a nice impression. Okay, we're done with that stamp, and that's all we need the black for. So if you didn't want to do that black, which I think it really is striking and stands out great, we're done with that. Now we are going to make our background stamp. So I'm going to move this just a little bit closer to me. I'm still in frame. Let's see when I zoom in if you lose any of that. Perfect. Okay, because this is good for me. Okay, so what we're going to do is here is my pattern. I'm doing first generation on my fresh Freesia, and then I'm going to come in with my Melon Mambo, and then I'm going to do second generation on this little like looks like a gingham type stamp. There's a few of them, and then I'm going to come in with second generation with those splatters. So that's what we're going to do. So first, we're going to start off with the fresh Freesia. I'm again going to start off with this stamp here. I'm going to just ink that up. You don't need to see my my stamp pad. It's right in front. So I'm going to put one nice one here. Get this beautiful color. Love that. I'm going to then stamp a little bit off to the side in the middle here, just a little. Let's turn this maybe like that. Just a little bit. Okay. And now I really just want the top portion of the stamp because we're going to stamp off right about there. And I only inked a little bit. I stamp. Great. Okay, I need to clean this. Okay, because next I'm done with fresh Freesia. I'm going to come in with the Melon Mambo. Okay, and Melon Mambo, I'm going to ink up and I'm going to put one full one here. So I do like a pattern of 3. That's what I like to try to get in. One full one there, one here. And then one coming off over here. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to come in with basic gray. And this is that little stamp that I was telling you about. If you look on the stamp set, it's this one right there. So again, I'm going to second generation this. So what that means is we're going to just ink this up. We're going to first stamp and then second. See? And I'm kind of on and off. And that's what I love about this mat also. So we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to kind of go up right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put one in here. And if you want to do it any other place or you want to do more or less, you absolutely do that. And when you do the second generation, you can overlap, which is kind of cool. Overlap on these circles. Okay, we still need the basic gray, but now we're going to take that splatter and we're going to kind of fill in now and we're going to do some overlapping and that's totally fine. So you need your scrap to just keep hitting off to the side. So let's go one here, right? Looks good, no big deal. And it doesn't interfere with your other images. I want one right there. One here. Kind of where you need to like fill everything in. So like turn your stamp around also as you go. Maybe a little bit here. I need a little bit here, maybe a little, no, yeah, maybe a little there. So we'll go here, turn our stamp around. Nope, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not doing anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that stamped up. We're gonna pull this off and I'm gonna come in with my envelope flap now. Okay, look at how cool that looks. Love it. All right, so with our envelope flap, I'm gonna turn this around because I don't want to get so busy. Okay, I'm just gonna stay on the line here, on the flap side, and I am going to. Did I do that in, let me see, did I do it in second generation? Nope, I did it in first. So I'm gonna do 3 of the Melon Mambo. So we're gonna do one on the end, one in the center, and one on the other end. And I'm stamping off. They're not full circles, as you can see. I'm going to clean this quickly. I need to spritz my Stampin' Scrub. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with the French Freesia and kind of do an overlapping one in the middle. Just like that. So we have 2 of those. Then, yep, you guessed it. We're going to do our basic gray, but we're going to second generation that. Kind of like all the way across. I think this looks kind of cool. Right? Okay. Cool. All right. Now, this thing, if you have this, Matt, or if anyone's interested in it, just shoot me a message and I will link it for you. But let me just show you. I have baby wipes over here on my desk. So I just have a little baby wipe. And like I said, the dark colors, are going to stain. But for the most part, it just wipes. Everything just wipes right off. And then your paper is not contaminated. And I just leave this on my desk. When I'm done, I put the carrier sheet over top of it. I'm going to let it dry. And then I just leave it over on my desk so it's always out. Okay, so now let's bring in all of our pieces and look at the beauty behind everything. Here's our envelope, so we just set that to the side. Here's our front stamped panel. Here's our inside and our sentiment. And then here's all of our pieces. So we are gonna start building our card. We're gonna take that inside piece, and I need my silicone mat. We're gonna adhere our inside to that Melon Mambo layer. Love the way these colors work together. The Melon Mambo and the black, with the white, it's just such a great pop of color. Love it. So I'm going to recreate this card in multiple colors for male and female because I just think it's a really effective, simple card and really shows the effort that you put into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take this layer and adhere this to the top of my card front. And then we're just going to create those clusters. I find it easiest sometimes. I don't know. I either keep my card base closed or I keep my card base open. Just to get that nice border all the way around. That looks kind of even. Okay. All right. Now, next, let's adhere our sentiment. That is just easy. Together, flat together. Oh, my nails. Jesus. That's why I use tweezers a lot because it's my third hand. Okay, that's that. This is gonna have a strip of foam. There, and one more right there. Okay, so that's ready to go. Okay, this ladder, what you're gonna do is you are gonna cut off a piece of the ladder for the front. Then you want a piece, this is what I'm cutting off. See, we have one at the top and one just a little bit. You can keep them longer if you want, but I just want both of those ends. And this one I'm going to cut probably right about here. So just a little bit of waste, or you can also put that on your card. No big deal. Okay, so I'm going to take the smaller of the two, and I am going to put this one up here, just like that, flush right against the card. Okay, that looks pretty straight. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece right here and we're going to just put some adhesive on that. And that is going to go kind of right about there. Okay, now we're going to take this big wheel and we're going to take this Melon Mambo outline, and those two need to go together. So I'm going to use some liquid adhesive for this part. Just layer those two together. Oh goodness, my hand is so shaky. Okay. Then I'm going to take this Melon Mambo gear, and that is going to go on the middle of that gear. Go here. Okay. Then I cut out two of these little black covers. You're going to put, however you want to do it, either put a dot of glue there. This goes right in the middle. And it's okay if the glue starts coming out. It dries clear. But that's what happened to my wheel thing here. So see, it gets a little, there's a little bit of glue came over. I put a little bit too much, so it doesn't move that much. But as you can see on my other card, if you put less glue, it moves beautifully. If you want to do that. But just like this card, you don't have to have them move. You just put them on some foam and they don't move and they're still gorgeous. Okay, now, remember, did I lose it? No. Okay, here, that's what I was talking about. Let me just zoom in and show you. So when you die cut the small gear, there's that middle piece right there. If you can save that because that is what I put right, a little dot right there. That's that. Come on. Hold on. Sticking. Okay. Again, the little bit of glue that's showing dries clear. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that's that gear. There's that gear. This gear, now I'm going to show you a trick with that. You're going to use your 3D dimensionals because you're going to double these. So you're going to take one of them, and these fit perfectly in the middle right there. So you're going to put it in the middle. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the backing off and you're going to take off another one and you're going to set it exactly the same way because these are like hexagons. So you just put them one right on top. So it's just a double layer and just keep that off to the side. Okay. So what was this one for? Oh, on the front here, this is just black on black wheel covering. So you just want to put some glue here and adhere this wheel cover top. Okay, we're done with our liquid glue. And again, don't worry, I know I sound like a broken record, but this glue will dry clear. You'll never see that. Okay, let me bring in my card base again. Let me just move out just a little bit. Here's my card base. I want to put this right about here. You're going to take this chain, which I love. I did this in glitter on other cards and it came out so cool. Okay, and we're going to just kind of run this sideways up there. Okay, we're going to get our sentiment kind of in line. And it's okay if everything's overlapping. That's going to go right about there. So that I think that's good right about there. So you want to get your sentiment down. And I'm going to think about where that would be. So that looks like it's a good height. So right about there. Okay. Now this is double of the height, which is great because you want it over that sentiment. Now, if you had a mini rotating bearing, you can spin it just like I had on that card right there. Now, for this one, how you do the bearing. So if you have these, okay, these are, I had them from Amazon. I'll have them linked in the tutorial. And when I do my creative session, guys, I love to bust my stash. That's why all of my Friday videos are new products. I give you new card making inspiration with new bundles. My Tuesday creative sessions are always using my stash, and that's where you'll find me do most of my busting my stash, doing card making, scrapbooking, kits, projects, anything, but I want to use up. So look, this is my last mini bearing. I'm super stoked, but I do want to get more of them because I love them. But anyway, if you get this bearing, one side's bigger than the other. The smaller side is what rotates. So you want to use a mini glue dot or liquid glue. So for the sake of the video and that I don't mess up again and put too much glue, today we're just going to use glue dots. So all you need to do is get some glue dots on this. Okay. So I'm just putting one glue dot. Let's do another one. We'll put two glue dots to attach it. So the wider side gets attached to your card, and we have to make sure. Okay, so it's kind of right about here. So that you just put right on your card. Okay, so again, you can use liquid glue or glue dots, but we're using glue dots and we don't have to worry about the liquid glue. Just push it down nice and flat, right? Now you want to put glue dots on the top here because that is going to attach. So I'm just going to try to put two and try to make no bubbles, just kind of attach one to the other. Okay. Now you're going to take your wheel and you're going to put that middle piece and push it down. You see how easy it's? Look at that. Super easy. Okay. And I could have went over a little more. See how the chain's going through? That's totally fine. No big deal. Love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. So there you have it. And here is our card base. So, oh no, one more thing. Forgot to do that. Our little glittery, hold on, our little glittery piece. So you want to put some glitter on that, our last pop of color. Use your third hand, and maybe because I covered it up here, I'm going to put this up top here. I think that is much better and changes it because my chain is going in a little bit more. Bet you I can move my chain. I can. Look at that. Hold on. We're going to perform a little bit of surgery. Look at that. Look at that. Love it. Love it. And I still love that up top there. Okay. So there is our two female cards. And let me bring back in the male card that I used. I think this is Lemon Lime Twist and Coastal Cabana, maybe. But love this. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for spending a little crafty time with me today. I really appreciate you watching and supporting my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next creative session, or like I said, Fridays, I do videos on using current inspiration. So with that said, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere I'm at CraftyDivaUSA, and I'm really working hard to grow my crafty community. So every like, follow, share, and comment truly, truly helps crafters find me. So thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now. Happy crafting.